Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your man Soul. Welcome back to the channel. You know what it is when you clicked it. And today I ain't even got a real topic. I'm just here to do a weird flex. So as you can see, your boy here is the #1 DK on the server for healing parses for all-star points. Now, why am I even bringing this up? Well, really just because I think since I've been playing Death Knight, healing and self-sustain, we'll call it, is like the staple of the blood DK. They are really, really good at self-sustain, providing a lot of healing towards themselves, surviving a lot of things that in some cases other things can't, because they can't heal themselves as well, right? Obviously we know Death Knights are staple in the soloing community because of their healing power. And when it comes to raids, especially in Wrath, I don't think the healing contributes to too much unless like you're running a lower amount of healers, right? So you're relying more on the DK's power to keep himself alive. I still think it's a cool metric to kind of like race against and you know, challenge myself on, because again, I can't really do this on another tank. You know, the other tanks, they can dodge, they can parry, they have some sort of healing mechanic, right? Like druids have savage defense, paladins are just paladins, they have hybrid power, right? So there are ways to kind of get this metric, but for the Death Knight, it's actually part of their toolkit. Knowing when to heal, knowing how to heal is part of the skill set for DK. So I always kind of gravitated towards how much healing I can provide while tanking. And as you can see, it's not terribly far. Like my all-star points are 1388, next one is Dezel 1379, Firiana 1342, and then after that it kind of drops off a little bit, but that's really kind of something that I pride myself in. So I'm happy I reached it. I'm going to continue to do that. I might look into doing like damage parses, but like we can click my profile, right? And as you can see, let me switch it to damage. I could give two shits about damage, as you can see, right? But that might change because, you know, in the previous video I had said that phase 1 raiding is just really isn't that fun, in my opinion. Like, because it's not challenging. Not that the raids are bad, I think it's just not fun for me because it's not challenging. I like challenge. So when it comes to that, I have to figure out ways to challenge myself, and one of the ways might be just getting high damage parsing numbers. But for right now, my goal is, my self goal is to make sure I have, you know, orange or better in every single boss slot. And if we can see here, I'm still missing a couple. Some of these are going to be a little bit tricky to get orange parses in. Like wotlk might be a tough one because you can't heal. You have such a small window to heal, and you're getting bombarded with heals as soon as like you get it, because the healers are going to heal you, right? So that's the trick. Like you have to out heal your healers in order to really parse, and it's kind of hard. So wotlk might be a tough one. Thaddeus, I'm right there. I think honestly I just wasn't probably paying attention, but I can get orange parse and Thaddeus. wotlk might be a tough one. A Nubricon probably be an easy one too. It's just the fight is so short that it might be a little tricky, but that's not what I'm worried about. Vesuvius is another one because I'm not actively tanking the boss, right? I'm not taking crazy amounts of damage. I'm just tanking the ads, the Death Knight understudy, and waiting for it to be mind controlled. So that one might be another tricky one. Malygos, I think I'm just being lazy on. My ex, Ardis Priest, is literally cooking me. And Sartharion, I'm on ad duty, so I'm gonna have to switch that to me tanking the boss so I can actually take some real damage and actually get a good heal parse. So me and my raid leader are gonna have that conversation probably this upcoming week. But other than that, yeah, like as you can see, you can parse pretty high easily as a healer on the Death Knight or with some of these fights. Because for my raid group, like if we click, let's say Patchwork, right? Let's go to Patchwork. I don't know why it's parsing me as two different types. Like this is the traditional blood Death Knight icon, that's blood DK. This is rune blade DK. I guess this is for because I'm taking the unhateful strikes. I'm not main tanking Patchwork, so maybe that's what that is. But yeah, let's go to our recent kill here. And we're using 5 healers, right? So that's another thing, another layer you have to add on to if you want to parse high as a healer on the Death Knight, right? If your raid group has 5 or more healers, or like the more healers you add on to the fight or to the encounters, the less healing you're going to do to yourself, like, because now you're competing with 5 other people who are probably going to heal you, and 8 times out of 10 you're really the only one taking damage in a lot of these fights, unless somebody's, you know, messing up, or unless someone's like soaking something intentionally. Like you're the only one that's taking damage as a tank. So you're competing with all that. And disc priests are just retardedly strong, so are holy paladins, and something like patchwork, where I have to compete with all of these guys waiting for me to take damage, right? So it was a little tricky. I got some, you know, tricks that I kind of do to make sure my heal goes through first. Part of it is just making sure I have my runes ready, because I can hit that strike faster a lot of times than a healer can cast something on me, unless they're just pre-casting something, or they're getting like one of their fast efficient heals off, like flash heal or flash of light, or there's already a rejuve on me. Like, then sometimes you can't out heal the tick because it's just ticking on you, right? Or you can't heal before the tick goes off because you're not timing that. So that's something with like a fight like Patrick is pretty easy. If we go on to like one of the tougher fights, like I said, Lotheb's a tricky one, because again, there is no healing on Lotheb for a large majority of the fight. Like, you're not healing anything, so that's why like you see like our disc priest is up there, because, you know, it absorbs, right? Power word shield still goes through. The paladins are literally waiting for me to take damage. I probably already have hots rolling on me. Like, if we look at my heal, like, I'm rune tapping, because I'm, as soon as that debuff comes off, I'm hitting rune tap easily, right? So that's one where, wow, Essence of Cosm is super low. But anyway, that Lotheb's a tricky one. I'm gonna have to figure out. What was the other one? My Exna is one that I felt like I should have got a high parsing, because I'm taking damage. Maybe I was just asleep. I think I was just asleep. Well, 97% that. Maybe I just wasn't focused on that. So yeah, my Exna, I'm gonna have to like make a cancel or macro for power word shield, because this ain't happening no more. I'm sorry, Diag, but it's going on. It's happening. So yeah, I don't know why I parsed so low as a healer there, but yeah, that's really it. I just kind of wanted to, you know, show off my accomplishments, and if anybody who, you know, wants the similar accomplishments, or wants this similar pseudo mini game of getting high heal parses as a tank, you can join in on the fun. Like I said, I'm probably gonna do damage at some point, but right now my focus is to get an orange or better in every single boss slot. And I think I got a couple bosses. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Got 7 bosses that I have to work on. So this week should be an interesting week. One thing I do want to check before we end this video, let's see where I stack up against all the tanks on my server, not just blood DKs. So let's see. So we got tanks, view, and then we go to healing, and oh, your boy's number 8. Look at all these paladins. This is disgusting. I mean, this is great. Class diversity, yay. But anyway, yeah, I got some work to do if I want to be number 1. I got to beat all these paladins. But I'm up to the challenge. So yeah, this is the kind of thing that I like to do. But that's really it for the video. If you enjoy the content, you want to see more, please consider liking and subscribing. It helps the channel out greatly as we make it down the road to 1K. Other than that, you guys know the drill. You've been great. I've been Soul, and I'm out. Peace.